What's happening, guys? Fallen from OTB here, coming in with the grand finals of the OTB tourney hosted by Pat. This is Thor versus Ant. And unfortunately, I was unable to catch this match live, and double unfortunately, I've not been able to get around to the recording until today. So the bad news is we've actually missed 2 attacks. To what I understand, and we're just going to go with the flow here based on the clan chat, but I believe they tied up 1 and 1. So 2 excellent hits we are missing. We're going to dive into this right away. Thor hitting Ant. Once again, unfortunately, we do know the outcome of this tournament and attack, so the element of surprise is not going to be as exciting as we were hoping, but life gets in the way, unfortunately, more often than we wish it to. So we are starting out with those Root Riders and Velk combo coming into that corner right there, 3 o'clock, heavy defenses over there. I remember hitting this base. Tell me more about that, Ant. Things pushing forward here. We do have the Rage here. The ability has been used by the Grand Warden. CC troops have been pulled, poisoned down on top of that. We have Rage over those CC troops as well. Things are pushing north here. A decent amount here pushing south, as well as those 2 P.E.K.K.A.s and the Clan Castle troops. So that's going to be really nice to go forward. This is looking crazy already. Thor pushing through with very, very few troops lost. Just super powerful. Those Root Riders are working their way around the outside, taking down that Eagle Artillery. One of the biggest concerns are now done with, and we do have that inevitable factor with 5 freezes heading into that back portion of the base. The last 25%. The troops are looking nice and healthy there. Even the P.E.K.K.A. pushing around the outside. Finally getting into that last compartment, we do have an invis spell as things are now starting to attack the area of the town hall. Just all the freezes were used on that one. I mean, you can't really blame anything for that. That was quite an attack, keeping those troops healthy. And then finally the town hall goes down and the last expo goes down. That's a brilliant attack by Thor. Once again, I've seen that base. I've seen it. Going on to the next one, Ant hitting Thor. So the competition continues. We've got ourselves a very interesting matchup right here. That's the base I'm not a big fan of. I sure don't like. I don't like that base by all means. Central Town Hall bases. Here come the spam Root Riders up the middle there, coming toward the king. They're going to take that king out nice and quickly. The rest of the troops pushing forward ever so gently. Hitting a lot of defenses right here with that super cannon is always an issue to deal with. I hate those super cannons. The single target infernos as well. We are going to pop the ability. CC troops move forward while those super minions are sniping from back. However, the sniping ability is going to be falling off at about the time that those troops are coming out of invulnerability. So pushing along each side here, very strong across the top. Overgrowth spell, there are 3 of them, so my goodness, I need to learn this attack because those overgrowth spells really are something special, especially when you are able to take out the whole base before you can you're taking out everything before you're even using them all, to that point of awkward silence where all those troops are just standing there at the very end. The one thing that is tough is you can never control the pathing, and that is what can get you time and time again. You can't plan enough for that pathing. So we're taking out every single defense and every single building until that final section is we have that queen ability up. We got the rage. This is smashed, you guys. As we're waiting for that to come up, it is a moment of excitement, though, how they push into that final area in the last second. Some of the heaviest defenses are in there as well. So it's just kind of funny to watch all hell break loose there for a minute. Queen still has the ability. We're getting that down and onto the town hall, and everything left to follow. So Ant has done a good job as well. So we got into some awkward tie right now, or maybe this is the round where they all had to go. Last round we ended in tie. Okay, so Thor actually disconnected, or someone disconnected. Yes, so Thor hitting Ant. We're going to watch this one. Oh, this base. I saw this base on YouTube, Ant. It's not a fun one. That ruined my career against in this tournament. So starting nice and early with just negating that damage off the clock right there, getting everything taken care of. We're pushing in toward the eagle here nice and early. Once again, we have the rage aura going here with the warden, and those troops are splitting up here pretty decently, going up the middle. We got the CC ice golems coming out and those single troops. Are we going to drop that poison on there? I don't know. The overgrowth does burn out, and we're still pushing things forward here. Overgrowth back up, pushing those troops around the outside. We do have that rage coming up over that pretty heavy defensive area. Hog dogs coming in from the outside as well, pushing through, and they got to deal with the king here, of course. Royal Champ as well, having to deal with the outside, taking a lot of damage from those Tesla towers. And Queen sitting there banging on a wall, once again, doing what she does best. She's going to be able to get in there, though, and not do anything. Okay, she went down quickly. So are they going to be able to deal with that single target Inferno right there? The mass archers are going to be able to take that thing down. Thor's pushing along the outside here with the king. And, I mean, this is looking pretty good. Sometimes you question, you know, if they're going to have the distance to make it. We do have a freeze, though, and I'm going to guess that freeze is going to be a pretty big contributing factor. And are we going to be able to get the doors open for the king to get in there? Looks like the Root Rider's actually going to be able to bust open that wall. That was crucial right there. The last dying breath of the Root Rider is going to be able to open the door for the king. I'm not sure if you would have had it without that happening. That was a really close one. You'd have been sitting there banging on the wall for quite some time, taking a lot of damage, and that would not be a good experience. So king is barely going to squeak by here, pulling that off. Very tough attack, man, or it can be tough. We witnessed the pathing get a little bit strange there, and now I'm still wondering, it's like you have to get to all the way around there to the outside. How are we doing this? How is this happening? I'm just pushing forward here. Fast forward, please. Wow. I'm not sure how much time was left, but this actually did come down to it pretty closely. I'm just glad to see this base die. This thing was trouble. Okay, king barely squeaks it by, but a win is a win in the books. So that's a really nice one. Good to see. Okay, we'll see people talking. Okay, Ant hits Thor now. Okay, let's see what Ant has to do. This is a battle of the Root Riders, you guys. That's all there is to it. Another decently central town hall base right there. Lots of defenses, of course, poking out on each end of the base. So we're trying to make it harder to use those, to use your spells and abilities in just a small, short space. CC troops do come out. Super loons coming forward. Lots of damage coming in nice and early there. Popping that ability nice and early. I agree with that there. That needed to happen. CC is about to pop. Is it going to be hogs? What's it going to be? Velks. Lots of Velks pushing forward. We got to get that heal up in there right now. We still have 2 overgrowth spells to go. That should be needed here pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. Troops pushing around the outside. We need the Royal Champ out there to try and correct that pathing for things to get going around. Queen once again pushes as well on the top side with those Velks. That's actually going to be a pretty good job. And we still have 1 overgrowth to use here as we're getting into that compartment with those scatter shots. That gets a little bit scary, so a pretty strategic rage has to go down. We got to be able to get these things down. We got to open those walls so the heroes can get in there and do some work. King says, nah, I'll take this from the outside. Troops pushing forward. Root Rider's getting pretty low. Town Hall pop back up. We got that back up and in order. Once again, those Root Riders are getting pretty low, but you can tell that with those hero abilities still available, that is going to be really tough to defend against with just those last couple defenses. That's just virtually impossible, especially with the road paved to get those heroes in, pushing into that Town Hall core. Queen's just got to take a long walk to get there, but she should be taking care of the other side. Oh, that king ability. Oh, don't you love it? I need to know if that's like the way to do things. So that was fantastic there. Ant does it again. So we've got full-blown ties here coming into... What is this? So this is the last attack, and this is going to be a little bit interesting. Cinematically, I think it's going to be kind of cool, but as far as how it ended, was kind of interesting. So there were 2 attacks left. Thor bringing a La Lune for this base. So, Queen charge La Lune at that. Thor definitely is not a La Lune enthusiast. However, we respect anyone who tries. And again, this is kind of what this tournament is all about. It's just about sometimes trying new things, or proving a point, proving you can do something. So, starting that Queen walk around the outside, and we're going to see if she's going to be able to get in there to pick off everything. I assume she will. Oh, that poison tower always makes things rough on Queen. So she's going to be able to push forward here. We need that damage. We need to be able to bust into that compartment, deal with that town hall, and hopefully that poison does go down nice and early there, so that's good. So Queen will get through without an issue. We didn't even need any wall breakers for that matter. Town hall goes down. We have the... Oh, super dangerous. Oh, the Queen does go down early right there. That's very sad to lose that Queen. That is so much damage coming in. That monolith is, it's a life taker. So we're coming here. We're coming in. We've got the... Oh, it can be a little bit scary here. Those scatter shots will destroy those loons. So the Rage Tower is a decent choice. Or the Rage Aura is a decent choice. However, with loons, sometimes... you will see typically the health being used. King runs into trouble there as well against the single target. This is not looking great. We've got some troubles pushed in here. Oh, this base is defending against air. Holy cow. We still have to deal with the ice golem right there. Oh, bad news. And I'm wondering if possibly he got a little bit startled maybe when that Queen went down, and things immediately started to get a little bit tough, and you start thinking a little bit off at the time. That thought definitely happens. We got to give him kudos for at least trying something new. But as we kind of push forward here, there's only so much that can be salvaged, and really he only gets about 10% more here. So that's a very difficult situation to have to deal with, and I'm wondering if, what the plan with the CC was. We don't really know what the point was, but the interesting thing to know here too is to think about is we know that Ant didn't end up getting a 3-star on his next attack as well. So percentage is everything, and right here you can tell he's just scraping. Now this is an interesting thought. The CC wasn't used at 58%. That's interesting. That might have picked up the percentage to push things forward, because the next attack, oh, maybe not. Okay. I mean, that still is almost, that's like 25-30%. So, all right. Maybe he just forgot to use it at the time that he was hoping, and things just kind of, when things go south, there's not much you can do. Interesting base, Thor. Did you make this base? If you did, I love it. It's actually really cool. So... and it did end up working as well. So this is the typical strat. Once again, we're going at it with Root Riders. Starting the hero, getting the pathing going over there toward the bottom. Hero's coming in here toward the 3 o'clock, 4. And Root Riders coming straight ahead at the Town Hall. This is very dangerous to get them in there. In the poison against that, they are going to have to pop that ability early, possibly. Oh, that drives me crazy to have to send things forward into the Town Hall like that. Just scares the crap out of me. Once again, CC troops do come out. We are now using the Overgrowth spell. We don't want to mess with any additional damage coming from these defenses. So here, in theory, you want to push your heroes around the outside while this is happening. Root Riders up the core. But we've got that those super loons in there dealing with each individual Root Rider at a time, and that's not good. That's a lot of damage on those troops, and they can't even fight back. So 1 Overgrowth is left. And RC is going to go down here as well. There's nothing that can be done, no invisibility, so that is done right there. We have currently got enough percentage to win this thing, so he's going to take that and run. Oh, you know what? I think I made a mistake. I don't know if it's the fact that the CC is just showing on there because we now have two. So my fault if for any reason, I don't know, I might have to go back and look at that, but I thought everyone was holding on to their CCs. Now, if that's the case, maybe we could say that that's fair. But I don't know why people would, considering we have to use them. So I am crazy right now if I'm wrong because of that. But either way, we've got the queen is not going to be able to take care of much else here. However, she does end up getting quite a little bit more. So that ended up working pretty good. Other than that, this is going to fizzle out, and Ant is going to be the winner, though, of this tournament. This was a good time. I had a fun time with this tournament. I think it was very special, and the ability for everyone to come together is even better. Better than just doing FCs on each other. It's just kind of boring and mundane. Yeah, no CC was used, so I don't know if that was just a gesture of kindness there. I don't know what the hell. I'm not going to explain it because I don't want to, make it sound like I'm like a jerk trying to call people out for that. But I saw what I saw, or maybe I didn't see it at all. So, really fun tournament. Thank you, Pat. Thank you graciously for your help and time put into this. He sent a lot of, he set up groups, he set up everything to make this happen. I think one thing we can look forward to going forward is most likely some type of a tournament where maybe, now my idea would be to add a ban list. So prior to the match, you ban a certain type of troop. That way you can eliminate those root riders, or if someone else is crazy at using different comps, then, then you can ban those individual troops, and people can try learning new attacks and new strats. It's going to be pretty messy, but it's gonna be kind of exciting, and kind of anyone's game if you do that. So, anyways, guys, good game. Congratulations to Ant, our champion of the Gold Pass for the month of June. Thanks a lot for tuning in, you guys. And this is Fallen from OTB signing off.